Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a good day so far. So today's video is going to be a pregnancy update. Today is my 35-week pregnancy update. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. I think the last one I did was around 28 weeks or so I'll put that up here if you haven't checked it out. But I am definitely in the home stretch now. I haven't had anything crazy change since my last pregnancy update, but I definitely want to make sure to do this one, and then I'm gonna try and get one more in before this baby's here as well. So with me being 35 weeks, starting next week at 36 weeks is when they will start checking me at my doctor's appointments to see if I'm dilated or how my cervix is thinning or anything like that. So I don't know yet if I'm dilated or like if it's looking like I'll deliver sooner or anything like that, but hopefully after next week I'll at least have a little bit of an idea, and then they'll start checking me every single week. Starting next week at 36 weeks is also when I start going to the doctor every single week. So it's definitely, my doctor's appointments are definitely feeling like a job right now. Sorry if the lighting is changing a lot in this video too. I'm trying to keep it consistent, but I'm still getting familiar with like where are the best places to film in our new house and stuff like that. But anyways, I've been going to the doctor every other week ever since I hit the third trimester, or ever since I was 30 weeks or something like that. 28 or 30 weeks, I started going every other week. And then starting next week at 36 weeks, I'll start going every single week. So yeah, I've been going to the doctor a lot lately. So to kick things off, this wouldn't be a pregnancy update if I didn't show you my bump. I'm sure you can obviously see quite a bit of it right here because it's very large and in charge these days, but I'll stand up and show you real quick what I'm working with. So I am definitely feeling big and stretched to the max right now. My bump is really big. It's so funny because sometimes I forget how far along I am and like how pregnant I am, and then I see my bump in these videos or on Instagram or things like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, your stomach is huge. So I'm definitely feeling very big and very far along right now as I am. I've gained 20 pounds. If you're curious, I've gained 20 pounds so far at 35 weeks. So with Christian, my first pregnancy, I gained 30 pounds the entire time. And with this pregnancy so far, I'm thinking I'll probably gain around like 25 or so, which is good with me. Not that I really care either way. However much I gain is what I'm supposed to gain, but I would prefer to keep it around like, 25 pounds or so. Baby is head down. So he's been head down since I want to say like 32 weeks or so, maybe even since 30 weeks. He's been head down for a while. So he's head down and I can feel his kicks like really high up right here in my ribs, or a lot of times he'll stick his feet out on this side too, which Christian used to do as well. But it's so interesting because this baby moves very differently than Christian did, and I think I've said that before, but it's weird. Christian was like, when I was pregnant with him, he was very like erratic and he was moving all the time and kicking a lot and like really, I don't know, just energetic and always moving. And this baby seems a little bit more like thoughtful and mellow. He's strong. He's very strong. Like this baby has moved. Sometimes it's so strong that it takes my breath away and it's like painful. And I'll be sitting there and I'll feel a movement of his, or I'll feel a kick up here and I'm like, and Jordan is always like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because he thinks I'm like going into labor, but it's like, actually it's just the baby kicking, but it's such a strong kick that it takes my breath away, the same way as if like, somebody else punched me in the stomach. So that's been different because with Christian, I felt like some of his were painful, but not, I don't know, they weren't as like strong and slow and steady as this baby's are. So I'm hoping maybe that will translate outside of the womb. Christian is definitely the crazy kid outside of the womb that he was inside. And so if this baby seems more like thoughtful and mellow inside, I'm hoping maybe he'll be that way outside. But if I end up with two crazy boys, that's okay as well. I'm still having a lot of Braxton Hicks, although since our move, I've been trying to make myself slow down a little bit and take breaks and be more purposeful and intentional with like how much I am putting out there and exerting and how much I'm putting on my body. I think when we moved into this house, it was a lot. And as you guys have seen in these videos, I've been doing a lot and doing a lot of it myself just because Jordan has been at work. And I have more of a flexible schedule to allow myself to pick up some of the slack there, but I am the type of person where I take on a lot and I have a hard time saying no, and I have a hard time, I don't know, just not wanting to have a hand in everything. So I'm really trying to make myself take breaks and make myself smoothly end this pregnancy versus feeling the rush to, I don't know, do things all the time. You guys saw in my one vlog how I am like in hardcore nesting mode, and some of you guys in the comments were saying you're doing the same thing and like you're going through the same thing. It's so real because I'll be tired or, you know, wanting to take a break, and then my mind is just like, no, I need to do this, I want to do this, I need to check off this off the to-do list, I need to organize this, I need to hang this, especially because we are still getting settled in our house. So yeah, I'm trying to like be in nesting mode and enjoy that and prep for baby, but also ease myself through it and not do too much, because physically I really can't do a lot at this point. Like I need to be resting. But anyway, so I'm going on a tangent, but so my Braxton Hicks are picking up. They're still pretty regular, although my Braxton Hicks have slowed down a little bit now that I've been trying to take more breaks more frequently and things like that, but they're picking up in terms of strength. So my Braxton Hicks are getting stronger. I think last time I did one of these updates, it was like I was having them and they were kind of frequent, and I talked to my doctor about them. Now they're, you know, they're spaced out fine. I'm not concerned with it. Now that I've been through labor once, I feel like I can kind of tell when it's going to come, or I know what to look for at least this time. But I will say my Braxton Hicks contractions, or like pre-contractions, are getting stronger to the point where like I need to kind of pause and like be in it and wait for it to be over, versus before, maybe a few weeks ago, it was, I could be like, oh, I'm having a Braxton Hicks right now. And like, oh, crazy, like, oh, I've had them like once an hour, once every half hour. That was when I was doing too much. I shouldn't have been having them every half hour. But now I'll have them like once an hour or once every few hours. But Jordan can always tell when I'm having one because my face shows it and I get really quiet and I'm just like, it's not comfortable. So those are definitely picking up. My body is getting ready for labor. I can tell that. I also lost my mucus plug, which I don't know if that's TMI. I've talked about a lot of things on this channel, so sometimes I can never tell what's TMI and what's not TMI. Personally, I feel like mucus plugs are so nasty. Like if you look up pictures or if you've seen your own, they're just so like, I don't know. They're one of those things that I look at them and I'm like, ugh, you know, but I know it's also like a healthy, beautiful, natural part of the process and part of your body getting ready, so it's fine. But I never lost mine my first pregnancy, so I had never seen one, or like I kept hoping I would lose it before because I wanted labor to come, but this time I actually lost it like twice in 2 different stages, like a couple weeks apart. And my doctor explained to me that your mucus plug can actually rebuild. So yes, it means your body's preparing for labor, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna go into labor next week or so. Some people do. Some people lose their mucus plugs and then they go into labor later that day, or they go into labor a few days later. But you can also lose your mucus plug and not go into labor for weeks. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting because that was different from my first pregnancy. And again, it just shows me that my body is gearing up for labor and is getting ready to have a baby in a month. So yeah, I am like 1 month away from my due date, and I kind of feel like this baby might come a week or 2 early. I just feel like things have progressed faster with this pregnancy, and I just feel like I'm having a Braxton Hicks right now, but yeah, I feel like my body has progressed faster this pregnancy. You know, sometimes they say the second one comes sooner, although I know people who have gone all the way to 40 weeks with both kids or 3 kids or whatever. Everybody's so different. But I have this feeling that he might come at like 39 weeks or 38 and a half or something like that. Of course I say that and then he'll probably come at 40 and a half weeks or 41, or I'll need to be induced. With my luck, that's how it's gonna work. But yeah, I have a feeling that he might come a little bit early, so we'll see. I'm trying to think what else. I am definitely in that like uncomfortable, ready to be done phase. I'm really trying to check myself and enjoy this last little bit of this pregnancy. I mean, fingers crossed this isn't my last pregnancy. We do want to have one more, but still, I feel like this pregnancy has just mentally and physically, I've been in a completely different place than I was my first pregnancy. I'm actually planning on doing a video just all about the differences between the two and the differences between my mindset each time and the differences that I saw in each of my own pregnancies. But I think I've talked about how like I really had to be focused on like getting connected with this baby. Now I feel super connected with him. But I just feel like, I don't know, I'm trying, with Christian, because it was my first pregnancy, and because we had less going on like, you know, in our lives, and because I wasn't chasing a toddler all the time, I just felt so much more in it, you know? Even my friends have said they felt like they knew that baby, like when I was pregnant, like they knew Christian more so than they know this baby. And honestly, I felt like I knew Christian more when I was pregnant with my first son than I know this baby. But so I'm trying to just like be in it and be positive, but I'm also at the point where when somebody's like, how are you feeling? I can't lie, and I can't just be like, oh, I'm feeling great, because I'm feeling super tired. I'm feeling super irritable, really uncomfortable. It's hard to sleep because I'm rolling over what feels like every 5 minutes or so. I'm just at that stage where like I feel so blessed to be a part of this and to be going through this. And I don't want to complain. That's not my style at all. But I also can't hide how uncomfortable I am and how I'm just like ready to have him here. But then there's this whole other side of that where it's like I'm so ready to be done with pregnancy for this round. I'm like ready for this pregnancy to be over. But I'm also thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm already 35 weeks pregnant. I feel like I just announced my pregnancy, and now in a month we'll have a newborn here, and we'll have 2 kids, and we'll have 2 sons, and my life is never going to look the same. And then I get this whole whirlwind of emotions about Christian not being my only child anymore, and me not having that one-on-one time. I mean, we'll still have that one-on-one time, but me not having the dynamic we have right now. And then I have to check myself and be like, it's only going to get better. And so if you can't tell, I feel very conflicted right now. And I think that's normal as people go from having 1 child to 2. But yeah, I just feel like I've been having all of the emotions and all of the thought processes and conversations with myself internally. Sorry if I'm sounding crazy. This probably sounds so like, you guys are probably like, Olivia, get your life together. But this is what 9 months pregnant looks like. So as far as other physical updates, like other than the Braxton Hicks and kind of the preparation in that way, it really hasn't been a whole lot different. Now I'm just sort of in that like physical waiting zone. I'm trying not to push my body too much. I'm trying to really take care of myself. I'm just setting myself up for postpartum care and packing my hospital bag. My hospital bag is almost completely packed, so I will be doing a what's in my hospital bag video. I've gotten that question a lot, asking if I'll be doing a video on that, and absolutely I will. I feel like it will especially be helpful since it's my second time packing a hospital bag. So that will be coming to you soon. I have a couple last minute things coming this week that will be going in my bag, and then I'm hoping to get that out within the next couple weeks. I will get that video out because I want to have my hospital bag packed as well. So it's like 98% of the way packed. I just have a couple more small things I want to throw in there. And then I'll do that video and walk you through what I'm bringing for myself and what I'm bringing for baby, and just like postpartum prep and stuff like that too. I also just feel like there are so many videos I want to film before this pregnancy is over. There's so many things I want to do before this pregnancy is over. And so I feel like I'm starting to feel that pressure of like, oh my gosh, he's coming in a month and there's still so much I need to get done. There's still so much I want to do. And not even like baby prep wise, I actually don't feel the pressure to have as many baby items and things like that as I did the first time. I find myself spending a lot less time researching the perfect baby monitor this time than I did the first time. But I want to make sure it's like our house is set up and our decor is set up and it's guest ready and it's like, you know, their room is set up and things that I might not be able to do once I have a newborn and 2 kids and I'm recovering from giving birth. I also, like I said, I do have a lot of videos I want to film. So the what's in my hospital bag video, I want to do pregnancy essentials, which will be my next video after this one. I want to do a like dressing cute while pregnant and maternity style videos still. So those are all definitely still on the horizon. Those are all videos I want to get out ASAP because I'm nervous that I'll go into labor and give birth before I have a chance to get these videos out to you guys. Also, I'm thinking of like a self-tanning routine and a pamper routine and things like that too. So I have all these ideas, but it's just about finding the time to film them and then making sure I can get them all out before this baby gets here too. Christian is so excited to be a big brother, so that's something we've really been focused on over the last couple months. He loves my belly, loves it, and he can be so sweet with my belly, and he'll kiss it, and we can say, "Where's the baby?" and he'll poke my belly, and we can say, "Where's your brother?" and he'll poke. He knows that this is his brother. He can say the baby's name. He can, he kisses the belly. He loves to lay on it. Sometimes he gets a little too rough with the belly, and so we have to be like, okay, be gentle with baby. Okay, like you can kiss baby, you can hug baby, but don't throw your body on baby. So it's actually kind of good practice because sometimes he's so loving that he's like a little rough with his love, and he'll like attack the dogs with a big bear hug. So we're trying to teach him not to do that to my belly, and then that will translate hopefully to not doing that to the newborn as well. But he's getting excited, and when I think to myself about the idea of I keep preparing myself for those last few moments in the hospital, I want him to visit me and have that time with him where it's just me and Christian, or me, Christian, and Jordan, and have that time before this baby actually arrives in the hospital. And it makes me cry every single time I think about it because I'm just so emotional, and Christian is at such a sweet stage right now. He's almost 2. He really understands a lot. He's just such a different kid than he was when I got pregnant. And so, yeah, I'm mentally preparing for that, and also trying to physically and, educationally prepare him for having a sibling the best we can, at least, as well. Physically, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm just tired and uncomfortable. Things that are normal, that would normally, picking Christian up at daycare, running out to get food, going to an event, or going to work, things like that, that would normally just be a part of your everyday routine, feel really difficult for me right now. Sleeping, like I mentioned, it has been really difficult. I'm also just feeling really irritable. I think being so pregnant, being so uncomfortable, and then having a lack of sleep, I find myself snapping quicker than I might normally. I feel like typically I'm a pretty patient person, especially being a mother of a toddler, but, and I can be patient to people's faces and to obviously my child's face, but inside I feel like my blood starts boiling faster than it normally would because I'm just at that irritable stage. Also, I'm at that stage where my stomach is so big, it draws so much attention, which I know people intend well, but at this point in pregnancy, you cannot go out in public without a stranger at every single location talking to you about it. And it's interesting because I saw something online somewhere about how being pregnant just opens, it's people mean well, but it's also an open invitation for strangers to strike up conversation with you, which sounds so bitchy for me to even act like that's a negative. But when you are running errands and you're going from place to place to place, and sometimes you're just in the zone and you just don't feel like talking, and it can become exhausting having the conversation over and over and over. Oh, when are you due? It always starts with, when are you due? You tell them the date. Oh, it's coming up soon. Is it your first? No, it's my second. Is it a boy or girl? It's a boy. What do you already have? A boy. How old is he? He's almost 2. Oh, how far apart? They'll be 23 months. It's a conversation I have literally multiple times a day. So I'm trying to be really patient, and like I said, I know people are just interested. There's something really beautiful and enticing about a pregnant woman that, people care, and I appreciate that, but it also is just I would love to just go to the grocery store and not have to talk about my pregnancy or my kids and just get through the checkout line and get the one thing I went in there for and then go home. And I would love that. But then again, it's I know once this baby's here, you don't get that attention at all anymore. So I don't know. These are the things that I am constantly weighing in my mind. Let me know if you're the same, because I feel like a crazy person having these conversations with myself. And I feel like this whole video is basically me just spilling my guts about how I'm losing my mind at 35 weeks pregnant. We will see when this baby comes. I almost feel like I should do some sort of giveaway, like have people place bets on a delivery date and then give something to the winner. But knowing how crazy life gets with a newborn, I can't promise I would follow up on that afterwards, and then I would feel really bad. So yeah, I think that's it. I will continue to keep you guys updated. Next video will be pregnancy essentials. Like I said, I'd like to get one more pregnancy update in, hopefully a couple weeks from now, after I've had a couple checks to see if I'm dilated and anything like that. I don't think I'll have a ton of updates for you guys at that point, but at least I can let you know how those weekly doctor's appointments are going and if it's looking any different. And yeah, we are just getting ready for baby. We're getting through it. And if you're in the home stretch like me, hang in there. I'm with you, girlfriend. We are almost there. We can do this. We are strong women. We are capable. And even if we're losing our minds a little bit, that's okay. It's part of the process. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of rambly, ranty, crazy pregnancy update. Trying to keep it real with you guys. Trying to give you the updates I have, even though I'm obviously a little bit of a crazy person these days. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know anything you'd like to see in the comments below. And otherwise, I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.